Hi guys, Hidden Hermit here, and how is this for a Hanged Man card? There's a lot going on in this card. This is the Hangman from the Night Sun Tarot. I freaking love this card. I love it so much. It's one of my favourite Hangmen. Absolutely. So what does it mean? Now the Hangman. Of course, the Hangman when he comes up from any deck in any reading, a lot of people are scared of the Hangman, but he kind of tells us about things that need to be resolved in a, I was about to say submissive, but in a way of acceptance. So the Hangman tells us to think outside the box. He tells us to prostrate ourselves, a little bit of self-sacrifice, perhaps. Now, I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail in what the Hangman means because, it is an archetype. It's a major card. You could speak for hours and hours about it. And I only intend to speak for a few minutes about this particular Hangman. So, what's going on in the Night Sun? So, first of all, this is tarot key number 12, obviously. The Hangman is associated in the Night Sun with the element of water. Interestingly, in a lot of early decks, he was the Drowned Man. The image is very similar to a lot of hanged men, if you like. But before I go on about the image, that's the Hebrew letter of Mem. I don't know what that means. I should probably look it up. I should probably do more research, shouldn't I? But never mind. So let's have a look at this Hangman. Now, the first thing that struck me when I first saw this particular Hangman is, I'm just going to turn him right side up. His head is in a cage. Now he's dressed in a very interesting way as well. It makes me think of superheroes. That's probably just my own consciousness, if you like. He could be like a wrestler as well. As with most hanged men, he doesn't seem to be in any discomfort in his position. This Hangman, indeed, he is tethered to something, and you have this crazy sort of branch system going around him in the Night Sun, with these vines that are tipped with red. Is it blood? Is it ink? I don't know. I do not know. But notably, unlike in the Waite Smith or indeed the top, where you have this illumination that the Hangman has realised something. There is a spiritual vibe to the Hangman, but this particular Hangman, his head is in a cage. Now that cage does pop up in the Night Sun Tarot quite a lot, usually with a heart in it, but this guy's got his head in it. It's fascinating. What does it mean? What does it mean? And which I love this Hangman because there is so much to think about. There's so much depth going on. What else is going on in here? So like most Hangman images, his legs are in that particular order, somewhat reversed. It's the other way. Now it does remind me of the number 4. It does remind me of the astrological glyph for Jupiter as well. You can see a cross there. All these things, if it comes up in a reading, that you should be, well, I was about to say conscious of, but actually you should probably be unconscious of it. Unlike the Hanged Man in a lot of decks where you can see his hands and there's a sort of sign of benediction, this guy is holding a key. So unlocking some sort of mysteries perhaps, or just having the means in which to unlock something. Around his head, not so much a halo, but you have the Star of David. And you can see how the two triangles have a different colour scheme. So that idea of all the elements are being kind of signified. Although it is entirely possible that the darker triangle is showing you the element of water. There's also this smoke coming up here. Smoke is another thematic symbol that comes up a lot in the Night Sun. Do not know what it means. Again, the rays as well coming from the key, it kind of does draw your focus. But there's a lot of crazy good things coming on with this card. There is something very mysterious. I don't know whether it's an item of clothing or it's some sort of brace that's going on here. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's there for. It's one of the many questions I'd like to pose to the artist Fabio Lestrani. One day I would love the opportunity to. Another thing that's quite significant as well is on his chest. You can see this potentially a Goetic or Solomon seal. I don't know which one it's for, but there you go. Very mysterious card, which is great because the Hangman is about mystery. It is about the unknown. There's a lot of interesting spiritual things going on. But yeah, I'm going to stop there because, like I say, we could go on forever. But this is the Hangman from the Night Sun Tarot.